Hi, my name is HenryRDevine Henry, and I'm really excited to be here with you today. I thought what I would do is just give you my educational background, a little bit about what I'm going to do with my master's in teaching and learning with technology, and talk to you a little bit about what my career goals are. So, I have to take you back to 1975, and that's when I graduated high school. And at that time, I got a cool little summer job working in a savings and loan in the local mall. Well, that was just supposed to be a temporary position, and because I knew I was going to go to college, and I had actually gotten a scholarship to go to Cal State Los Angeles. And I was really looking forward to pursuing my career in journalism. I really thought that I was a great writer in high school, and I worked on the yearbook committee and wrote some journals and articles for the school newspaper. And so I thought that I would be a good journalist. And so I began my education, my higher education, at Cal State Los Angeles in October of 1975. Well, I got a call from the savings and loan that I worked at during the summer, and they asked if I would come back and work part-time on a regular basis. I thought, oh, well, why not? I can pursue school during the day and work part-time, and because we were in a mall, we worked mall hours from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. So that was pretty unique back in those days for savings and loan to be opened in the hours after 5 or 6 p.m. through the week and on the weekends. So I was going to school and working through my general education courses with a few of my journalism classes and going to work. Well, the money seemed to be a little bit better than for me at the time than going to school, and I got the opportunity to work full-time with a savings and loan. So unfortunately, school went by the wayside, and started pursuing my career in the banking industry. Well, unfortunately, that didn't last too long. I think I worked in the banking industry probably about 5 years or so, and after that, I left the banking industry and started working for the oil industry, and I was working for Texaco. Had this great job as working in the PR department, and went in at 7 in the morning, got off at 3, and it was a great gig. Should have thought about pursuing my degree again, but of course the money got in the way. Well, I stayed in the oil industry for a couple of years, and then I landed this great job with a mobile phone company. And it was a local mobile phone company called Los Angeles Cellular. And I began working for them in 1986. Eventually, LA Cellular was purchased by AT&T, and I was doing a lot of different things. I started out in the marketing department, and then went into our indirect sales group as a coordinator. Well, during that time, the company worked out a kind of a deal or a program, kind of like a benefit, with the University of Phoenix. And then I said, well, this would be a great time for me to start pursuing my degree again with the University of Phoenix. So I enrolled with the University of Phoenix to pursue my bachelor's in management. And that went on probably for a couple of years. And I changed jobs and started working as a store manager. Well, unfortunately, the demands of a store manager kind of kept me from being able to make all of those classes on campus when I needed to. There were times when I had to work late and was unable to get to school at the time that I needed to. So unfortunately, I dropped out of the University of Phoenix I said, okay, well, one day I'll be able to finally get my bachelor's degree. Well, I worked as a store manager for probably about 8 years, and this great opportunity became available for me to become an instructor, actually training store managers and retail sales consultants, the very people that I managed in a retail store. And I was the opportunity became available to actually train them, do new hire training and some continuation training on sales skills and so forth. And so in 2007, I became an instructor with AT&T. About 2009, an opportunity became available again for me to promote and become a training manager. So now I'm back in the management role and managing my peers, and there was a team of 9 instructors that I would be responsible for, along with building schedules and meeting the demands of the client and so forth. And so this was a great opportunity, and I've always loved to be in management type roles, and so I went ahead and took the position. Well, the position really calls for the person to have a bachelor's degree. And I was fortunate that I had a lot of management experience, but that management experience wasn't just going to carry me. I was going to need to actually get my degree. So I went ahead and started researching various online schools because as an instructor and training manager, I do a lot of traveling, and it was not going to be possible for me to get in the classroom when needed. So I knew I was going to have to take classes online. And the other part of that was cost was going to be a major factor. And Ashford University seemed like they had the best program at the right cost. And I really connected with the counselors and got some really great information from an advisor regarding the programs. And so after some research, I decided to enroll in school in March of 2009 to pursue my degree in organizational management. And I chose organizational management because it covered everything that I needed, the leadership side of management as well as the human resource side. And as a training manager and instructor, I am part of human resources. So not really knowing if I would want to pursue a human resource job at some point or remain as in the delivery side of training. So I thought that the bachelor's in organizational management would meet all of those needs. Well, I'm excited to say that in August 30th, as a matter of fact, of 2010, I achieved or earned my BA in organizational management. And it didn't take very long at all because I transferred 99 credits. So from Cal State Los Angeles and the University of Phoenix, I had enough credits that it only took me about a year and a half to complete my BA in organizational management. Well, I received a brochure in the mail from Ashford not too long before I graduated from the BA program, and the brochure was on the master's program. I said, well, let me take a look at this and see what kind of master's degree I might be able to pursue. And I looked at or saw the master's in teaching and learning with technology, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is perfect. This falls right into my career as a training manager. And oh, by the way, I have to say, in September 1st, my title changed from training manager to associate director training delivery. I'm like, oh my gosh, all of this is happening all at the right time. New title, and an opportunity to get my master's. And so I decided, after reading through the material, I decided that this would probably be the best master's for me to pursue, because our organization is slowly but surely changing over to a more virtual type classroom. So where right now we do a lot of instructor-led training. The challenge with instructor-led training is, first of all, the cost. It costs money to bring participants into the classroom. It also costs money to bring or to send instructors out to various locations. So between hotel stays and airfare and meals and so forth, it can get quite expensive to deliver, say, 1 week of training. It could be over $1,000 for an instructor to actually deliver a 1 week class. And so we're looking at various ways that we can deliver just-in-time training to our client and save the company money as well, and be able to tailor the curriculum to meet the changing needs of our industry. So because we're in the wireless industry, technology changes are happen so quickly. I mean, we see changes every month almost now with new technology. And so we need to be able to deliver training to sales organizations in a new way that will help them to hit the floor running quickly with the new technology. So this master's is going to help me usher my team into this new technology. And because it's going to be a change for us, I'm going to need to be able to lead them into this new world of training using technology. So it was just absolutely perfect for me that this program was made available. In addition to that, my long-term goals with this master's program is to maybe one day be an adjunct instructor. So being able to fill in for, on a substitute basis, for online classes, such as classes here at Ashford, or any other online course, or maybe even classroom instruction at some of the local universities. Certainly a master's in working or teaching and learning in technology will be an asset to my long-term career goals. So that's a little bit about me, my education, my background, and what I want to do with my master's in learning and teaching and learning with technology. And I thank you very much for this opportunity to talk to you a little bit about myself. So I hope you have a great day. Thanks again.